Flow, which recently won the Oscar for Best Film in Animation, is extremely good and a must watch for everyone. For a long time, I have not seen a movie in the theatre with my mother because nowadays many Indian films are showing too much of violence, which the older generation, especially senior citizens, are not liking. So when I saw in Book My Show app that an animated film has released and is getting good reviews, I thought I should see it with my mom. And we were not at all disappointed. But perhaps most Indians who are used to watching typical Indian films with song and dance and punchlines may not appreciate it.
Fire kada. Wildfire.
Because this film does not have a single dialogue, though it is not a silent film, as natural noises of the animals involved and the nature in general can be heard beautifully. Directed by a Latvian national whose name is difficult to pronounce, but the viewers can read it on the screen. The film tells the story of a domesticated black cat and its experiences in a flood which happens in post-human world, where the nature is trying to reclaim its dominance in this planet. The film is showing how different species are reacting to these new conditions where humans cannot be found anywhere and water is rising. The cat's main companions are a friendly dog, a llama, a capybara, and a secretary bird. The budget of the film was around $3.7 million. Making of the film started way back in 2019 and it took the director and his team 5.5 years to complete the project. The independent film, which is in Latvian language, won the Best Animated Feature Film at the 2025 Oscar, securing the first Academy Award for Latvia. Flow can be seen as a story of different types of people having to survive a natural disaster, only told through animal characters. The cat is an intelligent fellow who remains very inquisitive and curious. The capybara is like a calm and level-headed person who is not at all bothered about the current difficult situation. The secretary bird symbolizes a strong person who is ready to fight for what it feels is right, even at the expense of being hurt and abandoned by its own group of family members. This particular bird saves the cat from being attacked by its own group. The dog is for comic relief, the ones who are always fooling around and craving attention. The llama is like a typical 21st century modern human who keeps collecting wealth without knowing what to do with it. The main message in the film is about how we should move beyond our individual needs and ego, come together as a team or a group and solve the common problems which we are facing. The movie is also in a way talking about climate change and human beings may have been wiped out by some calamity. Water is an ever-present symbol in the film and is constantly flowing forward. With the title being Flow, impermanence seems another message the director wants to convey. Things are constantly changing. The world moves on. We cannot control the changes happening around, but we can control our own actions. This film also indicates that humans are not so important species. We Homo sapiens feel we are the lords of this planet, but animals or in general nature can easily survive or even thrive without us on this beautiful planet.
To put it into scientific facts, if all the insects disappear tomorrow morning, this world will end, including you and me, in 4 to 4.5 years' time. So, if worms disappear, within 1.5 to 2 years' time, all life on this planet will disappear. If all the microbes disappear, world will end instantly. because 60% of your body is microbes. But if you and me disappear, world will flourish.
Yeah.
So I'm saying we have misunderstood the priorities of how life is. We are 8.4 billion people. Some people say, no problem, we can produce food for 20 billion people. You can, but every other species will die.
The biggest takeaway from the film is definitely the animation. The animation of the film looks like as if a painting has come to life. The effects of the animation on the audience is mesmerizing, and the director could bring this effect in a budget of only $3.7 million, which is quite low compared to the big budgeted films like Mufasa and Muna Part 2. These films had a budget of more than $150 million. I hope Indians also make an animation film like this. The film somewhat resembles the biblical story of Noah's Ark, where the world gets flooded and a man called Noah saves his family and few species of plants and animals in a big boat. Only thing is, in this film, there are no humans. Animals are helping animals.
God told Noah, build an ark, a boat that's large, and load that barge with 2 of every animal you see, and you can bring along your family. But as far as I have seen, the people of the earth have become so mean, I am going to start again. I am going to make it rain. I'll flood the earth. Everyone will drown, but your boat will bounce around. Well, it rained for 40 days and nights, and then it rained some more before the ark came to a stop on a mountaintop called Ararat, and that was when Noah sent out a dove. That pigeon couldn't find a smidgen of land, but the second time the dove was set free, what did they see but an olive branch in its beak, which meant the trees were peeking above the water. And the third time, the bird disappeared, and they knew they could find dry land. God told Noah, be good, I'll remind you to do the things you should. When it rains, just look up high. You'll see my rainbow cross the sky. Now go forth and multiply.
Our own Matsya Avatara of Lord Vishnu tells a similar story as Noah's Ark.
The sequence in which we know the Dashavataras is first, there is Vishnu comes as a fish, Matsya.
The key human character there, I think, is Manu.
Manu is the one who sees this little fish, and he takes this fish home because this fish says, I'm helpless, please protect me. And then he puts it in a pot, and by the next day the fish has grown. Then he transfers it to a larger pot, and the next day it grows even more. Ultimately he realizes this fish is huge, and when he releases it into the sea, the same fish that he protected protects him. And this is at the time that the universe is being flooded, and he holds on to all the species, keeps them safe. He rescues Vedavidya from a Rakshasa that has taken it away, and he establishes and ensures that every creature is safe, and from there life begins again. So it's this idea of dharmo rakshati rakshita, that you do what you can, divinity will protect you.
I request you all, please watch this film. If we watch more of international cinema, our own cinema will improve. Most of the film is made using Blender, a free and open source 3D animation program. Duration of the film is only 84 minutes. Thank you.